Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry that we had some little technical delays. Um, my name is Steven Sunday, and I will just do a walkthrough on Algorand with you all. And yeah, just I don't know. I wish we could. There's a way to just get. All right. Okay. I think. Yeah. I think some people are already live. Okay. All right. Okay. So briefly, we're just going to look at what Algorand is and what you need to know. And so, as a way of introduction, my name is Steven Sunday. Um, I am the CEO. Kusu Consult is a blockchain consulting firm located in Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. And I also co-founded a blockchain uh, startup called Univote. It's basically a blockchain voting decentralized application where you can um, carry out decentralized voting. A very good use case will be the pandemic that is happening right now. Two states in Nigeria are about to run an election, and I'm wondering how they are going to actually do that. But anyway, we have a solution called Univote, and yeah, it best fits situations like this where people are exposed to different kinds of things, and then you can stay in the comfort of your home and do carry out voting. Also, so lastly, I work for um, Algorand as an ambassador, and what we basically do is to um, reach out to developers like you and blockchain and its use cases, and then how you can actually take advantage of it. And I'm happy because I'm talking to developers, so we will flow on the same page. Yeah. Okay, so Algorand is a Web 3.0 blockchain platform, and of course, it has some super uh, characteristics or functionalities or properties that will interest you as we continue to move forward. Now there is a proposal by one of the founding fathers of blockchain, which is Vitalik, or rather cryptocurrency, or making blockchain usable. His name is Vitalik. He founded Ethereum, and Vitalik proposed that on for a for a blockchain to be effective, usually there are three um, functionalities that you can find on a blockchain, on a very good solid blockchain, which is usability, security, and okay, all scalability, security, and okay, so, yeah, usability, security, and scalability. And so Algorand was able to also what Vitalik proposed is you cannot find uh, three of these functionalities on one blockchain, and Algorand was able to prove these wrong. Uh, you know, why shouldn't in this day and age, when we have very scalable solutions, why shouldn't we have um, why shouldn't we have a very solid blockchain? Uh, why shouldn't we have very solid blockchains with very top state of the art functionalities? You know, um, so Vitalik, on the other hand, said, yeah, it is very possible that you can have a scalable blockchain and a very secured blockchain. But of course, one of the properties has to be missing. And Algorand now said, no, in this, we've proven that all three, it can be decentralized, it can be secured, and it can be very scalable. Okay. So, so Vitalik said it's either two of the three, which is either decentralized, scalable, and not secured, or secured, scalable, and not decentralized, or not decentralized but secured and scalable. So Algorand was able to achieve these three on her platform, which is actually very, very unique and fundamental thing. Basically, lately I've actually had experience in this space. So lately you find people saying, yeah, we have scalable blockchain platforms, we have scalable blockchain platform, but what have they achieved to make the blockchain scalable? On Algorand, you can you can actually perform crazy transactions within seconds, like up to 1,000 transactions. You know, and so our teams. Uh, these are the teams, you can see them displayed on the screen, and actually these guys are leaders in their field of expertise, and the founder in itself is a computer scientist. And so basically what you find on Algorand are actually not theoretical or game centered blockchain solution. They are actually very workable blockchain solutions, and then blockchain solutions that meet a day-to-day need of everybody that is tech inclined, or even everyone that wants to have a very a new technology embedded in their solution. And so, okay, so what is Algorand? Like I said, is a point um, Web 3.0 blockchain platform, and is a solution that is very scalable, is decentralized, and then of course it is very secured. On Algorand, the consensus algorithm that Algorand uses is the pure proof of stake. Why is it pure proof of stake? This is this is because um, there is no any central body who determines how consensus is achieved on Algorand. As long as you have Algorand's asset, which are the Algorand's token, you can actually participate in a blockchain consensus. By the way, I will just walk you through some of the documentations we have so that you can see how to set up a node and also participate. Now, you see, once you have a node running online on Algorand, you can be able to take advantage of the tools that we have and also take advantage of the opportunity to actually be um, a you can actually stake and then participate in consensus as well. So Algorand was able to come up with a new functionality lately. It is called co-chain, and this is just a functionality to help Algorand be able to have uh, a permissioned and a permissionless blockchain knitted in one piece. What do I mean? Now, um, usually blockchains are um, is either is a permissioned or a permissionless blockchain. Now, a permission in the sense that you will need to be granted access to use the tools around a permission blockchain. And then permissionless, it means it is open source. Anyone can just get hold of the tools and use it the way they want and all of that. So Algorand was able to come up with this concept called coaching, where you can run your services on Algorand as having a permission service, and then of course you can plug into Algorand as a permissioned blockchain, and then you can also plug into Algorand as a permissionless blockchain. So this co-chain functionality, it just enables uh, corporations to be able to plug into Algorand. Now you'll agree with me that yeah, we're clamoring for decentralization and all of that, but there are certain services that shouldn't be led to the public, because once it gets to public knowledge, definitely it's going to be abused. So in this case, so you can actually have a permissioned or a permissionless blockchain to run as a on Algorand. Okay, so if you provide permission services, it can run on Algorand. If you provide unpermissioned blockchain, it can also run as sorry, I was just distracted a little. So it can also run as a permissionless or a permission blockchain. So for corporations, they can actually take advantage of Algorand to work uh, as a permissioned blockchain, okay, and have everything secured and not dis- not disclosed to public knowledge. Also, so Algorand has assets like I mentioned earlier on. Sorry, I'm just doing a walkthrough, and then I'll show you the main thing that we will consider today. So, Algorand has a wallet where you can store Algorand's assets, and the assets are called Algo. So you can buy this asset on Gates.io, on Binance, and other big exchanges as well. And algos can be staked for reward. Um, yeah, you can see on the screen from 8 to 10% per annum rate on exchanges. Yeah, you can just go to Gate.io or Binance, and then you can find out those details on how to stake Algorand's assets for reward as well. Now, a lot of you would stake your money like fixed deposits. This is actually not a financial advice anyway, but for me, I prefer to stake crypto assets than to stake fiat. Okay, so now, like I said, algos are just they are assets that you can stake anywhere, anytime. And you can see this is, like I told you, Algorand is a high performance next generation blockchain that uses a pure proof of stake. I have told you what this means. It means that the participating in consensus is done. No central body determines what kind of consensus is reached, and then just like the proof of work, that a certain group of miners will have to approve a certain transaction, before it gets to be passed. On Algorand, you can just stake and participate in consensus. And then, of course, it is this. There is no certain criteria to choose. The selection is done randomly. Okay, so so this is the founder, and then a little about what Algorand is. And okay, so I told you about the trilemma. I just did a walkthrough, so this is just a brief of what we are doing, and also just a little update about Algorand. Now you can see on this here recently, Algorand launched a 2.0 upgrade, uh, where you can carry out things like atomic multi-party transfer and ability to launch new assets on layer one directly. Um, the and then of course a lot of enterprises like financial enterprises, uh, DApp developers, that's decentralized application developers, health sectors, stable coins, central banks can actually take advantage of Algorand. And then a few of them actually, a few big organizations, like the first stable coin to be launched, um, which is TTAP, was uses Algorand's technology, and then the big almighty uh, blockchain wallet also uses Algorand's um, technology as well. And so this is just a few about the wallet. Uh, Also, like I told you on OKEx, Binance, Bitmax, Gate.io, you can buy. So this, yeah. So now going to the use cases, which, like I said, just a little recap. I'm just trying to take you through so that you will understand what Algorand is all about, and then show you the main tools that we use to make our solutions very solid. I've actually used some of these some of the tools, and I'll just show you what I was able to set up and all of that. So now use cases that are already using Algorand's. Now these are services that are using Algorand's tools. Um, like I told you, the blockchain, the almighty blockchain wallet, is using uh, Algorand's tool, IDEX, building next generation decentralized exchange on Algorand. You can see most of these guys are actually working in one way or the other with Algorand. And these are not small tech companies, they're actually very big tech companies. Um, I have some uh, URLs I'm going to share with you after I've showed you most of what I want to show you. By the way, we've launched a developers um, campaign. You can join Algorand's developers team, and okay, so we have developers, dev ambassadors. You can join dev ambassadors to produce content for Algorand and get paid as high as 5,000 algos, which is, I bet you, is not small money. So you do the math yourself. Check on Gate.io and all of that, and then of course you have the opportunity to get grants. So if you're building a blockchain solution and then you plugged it on Algorand, uh, you will be your solution will definitely be evaluated and then considered for grants if it's worth investing in. So I am sure that we you can hit me up so that we can get talking about a lot of things regarding Algorand, and also you can connect directly to Algorand's ecosystem. Send email to ecosystem@algorand.com and you will be responded to almost immediately. Um, Also, the Algorand's Foundation has some grants, research grants, content grants, and then a couple of others which I can show you later. Okay, so if I have questions, I will see them and we'll be able to respond to them. So so let me just show you something. Now, this is the main thing. Now we're going to get talking. So for you to be able to work on Algorand's platform, do anything on Algorand, the first thing you need to do is to go through our developers tools. We have, you can check developers. This is the link, developer.algorand.org. It's a very beautiful website. You can check it and then see what we have for developers to go and to check, of course, and then play around with our SDKs. We have JavaScript SDKs, which I know some of you will be smiling at it right now. We also have um, so we have JavaScript SDK, we have Python SDK, we have Go SDK, and you can play around with it. I've tried JavaScript and Python SDKs, like I've done a few things with it, and they are very cool tools. And then there are also three command line utility packaged with Algorand Node software. Now, the advantage of setting up a node for yourself, you can connect to a node, you can connect to your own private node directly without any hitches. Um, so for me, I have set up a node already, and then I tested some functions on the test net, and then of course I also tested some on the main net. So oh sorry, the beta net. I haven't really done anything on the main net, but of course just played around with beta net and then the test net. Um, I just set up the. I think I switched from testnet to betanet yesterday, so I could have more experience around the tools. And also, so okay, so to set up your own node, I have some few commands here, some few command lines that I can drop this. But anyway, you can get everything from developer.algorand.org. You find, let me just take you to the site right now. Sorry. But basically, this is the node I ran. I'm actually working with where are you? I'm working with um, I am working with Mac. So okay, I'm in. Sound is echoing. Oh no. Very okay. Sound is fine. All right. Okay. 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 I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you very much for these feedbacks. I expect to have questions from you guys, but anyway, let me just show you. Uh, sorry. Okay, so this is developers. Sorry, my network is a little bit bad. But then, okay, so this is the site. So you can see this is tutorials. Once you, okay, so first of all, you start, first things first, you begin from the documentation where we have, you can see start building, explore, futures, reference dogs, run node runner, so you can run a node, participate in consensus. Like I told you, it's very easy. It's not like proof of work that you have to set up very complex things to be able to participate in consensus. The proof of stake is as easy as anything, and especially on Algorand, is actually a very pure proof of stake. Yeah. So you participate in consensus. You can community projects that. So these are the community projects we already have on Algorand and Algorand consensus. So you can take um, and you can take advantage um, of the content of this particular section and then see how you can participate on Algorand's consensus. Like your node has to be online to be able to participate in the consensus. So start building. So if you come here, oh, first of all, I would want to say before you can I would want to advise that setting up your own node is very fine, but also you need to to actually make things easier for you. I would prefer you set up you use Docker to make things really very easy for you. Okay, so you set up the Docker sand. We have a sandbox, okay, that is set up using. So you can just go to if you already have Docker set up on your system. All you need to do is set up the sandbox, which will make your work go really, really, really very easy. Also, let me just show you. Uh, Okay, let me just show you something. Workspace setup. So you come. Okay, so now from the documentation here, you can see. So the available, like I told you, SDKs are JavaScript, Java, Python, Go. And I know most of you would connect to these three: JavaScript, Java, and Python. Um, you also to use you can use Docker like I told you is here written very clearly, uh, and sorry, um, so I showed you some command rather that you can be able to set up your node so that you will be able to connect very very easily with you can connect very easily with Algorand's tool and then play around with it. You can see examples. Um, this is an example for example to connect to the node to the network. This is for JavaScript. You can see you have the command lines here that you can run once you're connected or once you're connected to the network. And like I told you, to connect to the network you need to just set up a node so that you can connect either the the testnet or the beta net. And actually this will give you an opportunity to just play around since you guys are developers, and then you would want to build things around around blockchain. It is very very easy to just set up these things. Let me just run something here. Why is my okay? So I just want to show you something very quickly. Um, so let me see. I'm coming. Sorry.